Hey YouTube, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. My Hobby Plus CR-18P Trail Hunter. It does make some clicking noise when it's under load, and it did already do this when it was brand new. When I got it, I maybe drove it 5-10 minutes in the living room, and then I made my microcrawler capability test, and already then under load you could hear it clearly clicking when it was going up. You can hear it here. Check this. And on slow-mo you can even hear it better. So this is quite strange, and I thought or think that the transmission gears, which are plastic, do have a problem. This was not the case in my rock van, which I drove much more. But I do already have the metal gears you can buy as upgrade. I ordered those already before I ordered my T-Hunter. So those metal gears for the central transmission for my rock van or other CR-18 trucks. This is this number here. And I also ordered a complete central transmission, which comes with a motor and which does already come with metal upgrade gears. I ordered all this stuff from CR-18P. That's this part number, and it does come with a nice 050-55T torque motor. So let's check the gearbox, and that way I will also exchange the bushings to bearings. I did already show you how many ball bearings you will need to upgrade the rock van or the trail hunter. And therefore we have to take off the cage and the body. To take off the body, I did already show you, you need to take off 2 screws from the bumper, and to remove it from the cage, you have to remove 5 more screws. However, removing the cage or the bed is not super easy. You have to remove 10 more screws. First, you have to remove 2 screws from the rear lights to get to 2 screws on the left and on the right. Then there are 2 more screws here which hold the cage, and then there are 2 more screws here, and therefore you have to remove this battery box. So 2 screws for the box, 2 screws here, 2 screws here, and 2 screws here. But those, you can't get to those if the rear lights are still in, and that way you can remove the whole body with cage. Therefore you do not have to remove the 5 screws and can keep the body connected to the cage. However, I will do quite a lot of mods, and I will let it that way, because if the cage is on, in contrary to the rock van or to other CR-18s, you cannot take out the transmission. The transmission is only held by 2 screws, 3 screws, the same as in normal CR-18s, but the cage has to come off. But first let's check if I can reproduce this clicking, because I found if it's not under load, it doesn't click at all, but you could hear it. It was clearly clicking. Come on, that's on now. When it was going upwards, and this was super loud. Always switch on the radio first. And now the receiver. And let's do it only with trim. Now I cannot hear any clicking. However, I want to check the gears, because this sound was clearly hearable, and this normally means broken or damaged gears in the transmission somewhere. And then I will mount those metal upgrade gears, but we can also check you can buy the gearbox with motor. Let's check if the gears, that also does not come with ball bearings but with bushings, unfortunately. Let's check if they are lubricated or if we have to lubricate those. Those Phillips head screws are quite a pain. Okay, this does come with a plastic spur gear. Okay, pinion and spur gear. Pinion gear is made out of brass, but the spur gear is still made out of plastic. And okay, I did not know this. Let's check if they are. I thought I bought metal gears. If there are metal gears inside there. No. Okie dokie. This now is a. I thought this transmission does come with metal gears. Check this out. Those are clearly plastic gears. Okay, optional. Is this the right box? How? Optional machine H. No. Optional HD reduction gearbox machine metal gear. Okay. Hey Farah, see? Check this out. Those are clearly plastic gears, no metal gears, and they are sold as metal gears. I can't believe this now. Wow. Okie dokie. Hobby Plus, what do you sell us? 240257. Optional HD reduction gearbox, machine metal gears. There is a brass pinion and not more. Okay, what a bummer. So assembled this plastic gearbox or box with plastic gears again. Machine metal gear. I have to write to the customer service. Maybe Hobby Plus sells all those metal gearboxes with machine metal gears and they come with plastic. Never had this before. And now let's check. But here there should be plastic inside. 3 screws to remove to get the beer gearbox out. Quite nice, quite easy. And it's the same gearbox that comes with the CR-24s and the CR-18s. So there is not a difference, at least I think. Okay, this screw stays in there. And let's take the motor out. And here it is. The gearbox. And the drive shafts. Have to take off the drive shafts. Now let's disassemble the gearbox. Again, nicely greased, and of course plastic spur gear. I will also check if there is a damage somewhere. Spur and pinions seem to be in perfect condition. And here we go. 4 gears and a lot of bushings. And I will exchange bushings to ball bearings. And of course here there seems to be a kind of dark dot. Let's check this with the loop. So checking it with the loop, I couldn't really find a damage. Maybe here you probably will be not able to see it. Here's a bit of something, dirt, dust in. But if that's the reason for this clicking sound, I'm not sure. Don't think so, but who knows. And all the other gears seem to be fine. However, I will take them out now and exchange also bushings by ball bearings. That way, that way, that way. That's a 3x6 by 2.5, including a shim. Need 20, 3x6 by 2.5. And a tiny shim. So this is obviously that. So let's put the tiny shim on. Come on. And in. No good, let's remove. Let's change all the bushings to bearings on this side first. And now let's hope to be able to assemble this again. So gear 1, first I put a drop of bearing oil to the bearings, but only because I have it. Wouldn't say it's necessary. Get in. And then the smaller one of those that way. And finally the last one, which is still on the other side here, therefore we have to take off the spur gear. Spur gear seems a little bit dirty, but still in perfect condition. Take this one out and that one out, and a small, and now we have to put the metal gear in here, tiny. Come on, here it is. Okie dokie. And now we hope that all this fits. Maybe it would be better to put all the gears to the other side first. Let's see. Come on. No, this seems to work and seems to run. That's okay. But what I forgot now, of course, I did not grease the gears, and I wanna put at least a little bit of white grease to those gears too. And everything seems to fit nicely and run nicely. Okay. So let's assemble it again. So that's it. Let's check if it runs before we mount it again. Yes, runs. Seems to run quite smoothly and not super noisy as so many of those SX24 metal upgrade gears, but they do then come with a different mod. So let's mount it again. So mounted the drive shafts again, short side to the long side to the short side, and I checked all the gears, the plastic gears again, carefully with a loupe, with high magnification, but I could find a little bit of dirt inside, but I couldn't find a faulty or damaged gear or one of the teeth. All seem to be in fine condition, so that's strange. So we will see if this changes and removes the clicking sound. Inserting drive shafts, normally start with the longer one, that's easier, and check that they are in phase. In the Hobby Plus there are only 2 ways to insert it, 50% chance doing it first, and that one is in phase, you see. Lip, lip, and then the shorter one. In phase or not? 50%. No, not in phase. Come on. And now this is 2 in phase, and simply mount it by the 3 screws. And now let's check again if it runs and if it runs smoothly. Of course I did not switch it off. I will remove this switch and make switch on off only by battery as in the new Traxxas T-Rex 4M and in Helis. I think that's really good. I hate all those switches of Hobby Plus anyway, because they are so hard to get to, and if there is no switch you can't forget to plug off the battery and therefore damage it if it's overnight. So it doesn't seem to be louder as it was before, but the spur gear is still plastic. Yeah, we will see if this has removed the clicking sound under load, because the gears seem to be fine. Don't know what this was. And now I will mount the ball bearings to front and rear axle, but I won't show this to you now. Check my first video, my detailed video about the Rock Van. There I showed how to do this. If you want to change bushings to ball bearings only in the central transmission, then you will only need 6 pieces of the small 2 inner diameter, 5 outer diameter, 2.5 millimeter width, and only 2 of the 20 you need for the whole trucks of the 3 inner diameter, 6 outer diameter, and 2.5 millimeter width, and all the other ones 2 of the super large, the 8x12 by 3.5, and 4 of the 5x8 by 2.5 you will need for the axles. Yeah, there's a lot to do and to modify. I will not assemble my trail hunter now again. I will try to do something to make the body removable. We will see how this does. I will place the battery in front, what's much better. And then, yeah, better shocks. I did already order those. Or I will initially do the Texoma RC shock mod. And I also ordered heavy brass wheels. We will see how the trail hunter then will do. And in the next videos I can also then tell you if the clicking sound has disappeared. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you in the next video. I'll be back.